This is so many bookmarks, like not very promising at all. That's like, that barely did anything. So I have decided to choose pain today. Hey everyone, it's me Bailey and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, you guys are going to be spending a few days with me and I'm going to do some mood reading and that's really it. So I am off of work. I have been off of work for the last few days now and I'm off until the new year at this point. So I have time to do a lot of reading and so that is what I'm planning on doing. We are still very much in the thick of Bookmas right now, but not like too in the thick of it. Like it's almost over but not quite, and so this video will be a part of Bookmas. It's one of the last days of Bookmas, so I hope you guys have enjoyed Bookmas thus far, and I want to say after this video there will probably be one more video that'll be coming out for Bookmas, and then Bookmas will be over for this year. And it has been a very enlightening time for me, and so I decided that I wanted to do just kind of like a spend a few days with me kind of mood reading vlog, just to see kind of what I can get up to, what I can read over the next like few days. So it is currently Thursday and this video will be going until either Saturday or Sunday. I haven't really decided just yet, but I'm just going to be hanging out with you guys while we hang around the house for the next few days. I don't really know if I have anything to do in the following days. Like I don't have anything planned to do, but things might come up. I might need to go to the store or go book shopping or just want to get out of the house at some point. If I do end up doing any of that, I will obviously be taking you guys along with me. So I do know that I have some packages coming over the next few days, so I will be unboxing those with y'all. And honestly, that's about it. I will be doing some editing today. I posted a video this morning, so that is up, but my next video will go up the day after tomorrow, so I do need to edit that video, and I mainly want to do some reading. So as far as my book, I want to finish Big Nick Energy by Kristen Bailey. I started this book in my 24-hour readathon the other day. I'm about halfway through this, so I am hoping to finish this book at some point, but I am definitely going to go sit on the couch and do some editing for the first part of the morning. I am going to put on a show of some sort. I have been watching Law and Order. I've been watching The Secret Life of Mormon Wives. I've been watching 911, Nashville, and then I've also been somewhat watching Teen Wolf, because that is now on Netflix. I'd read a book in October and it made me want to rewatch Teen Wolf, so I ended up rewatching episode 1 on my Disney Plus, but obviously that has commercials and stuff, which gets annoying like when you're watching, like when you want to binge watch a bunch of shows. But it has recently been put on Netflix with no commercials, so I'm thinking that I might start another rewatch of Teen Wolf, because if you don't know, which you probably wouldn't, but if you don't know, Teen Wolf is one of my like all-time favorite TV shows ever. I absolutely love that show. I started watching it my freshman year in high school when it like came out, and my mom talks about it all the time. She'd be like, I was telling her about it the other day and she was like, man, I haven't heard you talk about that show in forever. She was like, I remember like you being in high school and like nonstop, like you would nonstop talking about that show. Like you were constantly like, when's the next Teen Wolf episode coming out? Like you were always sat in front of the TV like when it was time for the new episodes. And now that like it's been years since the show has concluded, I can now like go back and rewatch it, and so I definitely want to do a rewatch of Teen Wolf because I don't know, why not? Anyways, so I did make my coffee this morning, so I am going to drink this while I do some editing and start Teen Wolf. So I have been letting my computer charge all night, so it should be good on battery, so I could just go sit on the couch and edit and watch. So I think that's what I'm going to do for the morning. I'm hoping that around lunchtime I can potentially put it down and start reading, because I definitely want to finish this book today, because while I was reading it in my 24-hour readathon, I wasn't absolutely loving this book. So I want to finish this so that way I can have like kind of a clean slate. I do also have some books here that I had wrapped up for the video that I'm about to edit. So I might potentially unwrap one of these and read it in this video. So we'll see about that. And yeah, so we're just gonna take it day by day, hour by hour, and just like figure it out. So there's literally no plan for this video. So with that, I'm gonna go sit on the couch, start editing, put on a show, and I will talk to you guys a little bit later. Okay, not gonna lie to you guys, I've literally been sitting here like doom scrolling for like the last hour. So now I'm going to relocate. So I drank all of my coffee and I'm gonna relocate now to the couch because very much was giving like falling into a TikTok rabbit hole. So I am gonna start my editing now. It's like 11 o'clock, so I'm definitely getting started a lot later than I had intentions to. I definitely thought I would be like halfway done editing my video, or at least like rough cutting or something, I don't know. But so now I'm going to edit. The footage that I need is on this SD card that I'm currently filming on, so I might have to vlog on my phone for a few minutes if I need to talk to you guys between now and the time that I'm done like importing my footage. But Navy just went and laid down in his bed. I'm gonna sit on the couch. I'm gonna grab my computer. It's over there on the counter, and get to editing. So I've been trying out a new editing software in conjunction with the software that I use. So I use Final Cut Pro to edit, but I recently have been told about this software called Recut, and I'm using my free trial. And I had like 3 exports, and I used my first one yesterday, and so far it's pretty good. It really cut down my editing time. So I'm gonna try and use it again for the video that I do have to edit since I'm done filming all the clips for that. So I might purchase it. We'll see. But okay, that's enough yapping. I'm gonna get to editing. I think I decided that I'm gonna watch Teen Wolf. It's rainy today, so it's like very gloomy, cloudy, rainy, the vibes. So we'll see what we get into. But I feel like Teen Wolf is probably the move. So that's what I'm gonna go do now, and I'll talk to you guys again hopefully next time with a legit update and not me just being like, hey, I doom scrolled for an hour. Getting ready to make some lunch now. I think I'm gonna do a buffalo chicken salad. I have some of those like Tyson Anytizer bites in my freezer. I think it's like the last of the bag, so I think I'm gonna cook a couple of those. And then I have some lettuce that I bought that I really need to cut up and use, so I'm going to cut that up as well. So this is about to be a montage of me making lunch, so let's get into it. Okay, so I just finished eating lunch. I'm still not finished editing my video, but I have watched like a couple episodes of Teen Wolf, and I think I'm gonna pause on editing for now. I'm honestly really sleepy. I could honestly use a nap, but I think I'm gonna start reading Big Nick Energy and potentially take a nap. So that's the move for now. And I don't know, I feel like I might DNF Big Nick Energy, but we'll see. I'm gonna read for a little bit and then get back to editing probably here in a couple hours. package to open, and then I also have like mail. This is Navy's flea and tick medicine. That's junk. That's my insurance card for the new year. Christmas card for my cousin, and a magazine from my college. So let's open this. Sorry about the lighting. I don't know what's going on. I'm super backlit. Ask me if I know anything about this camera. The answer's no. Is that better? A little bit. Okay, so I ordered some bookmarks, and so I ordered them, of course, like for me, but also too, when I pack a Pango order, I usually like to add in a couple of additional goodies in there. So I always will put in like a bookmark and a couple of stickers anytime I sell a book, just as like a little freebie. Plus I do like a little handwritten note, just like thanking the person for the purchase and hoping that they love the book, essentially. And so I was running out of bookmarks that I had previously, and so I ordered some new ones. So I'll show you guys what those look like. Plus I also got these because I thought that they were cute and wanted to keep a couple for myself. I do give these away as like freebies, so I'm not like charging people for these or anything like that. So these first ones are from Casey Studios. They have a few different prints in them. So this first one is these croissants with bows on them. Okay, the lighting, I don't know what's going on with the lighting. Is that better? None of this lighting is good. I'm so backlit, it's bad. Let me turn on the overhead light, because that is somewhat better. It's not like the greatest lighting of all time, but that's better. So these first ones are little croissants with bows on them. So these are the first ones. These are super cute. They're double-sided. They have little croissants with bows on them. And then I've got like bigger croissants with bows on them, and it's double-sided. Those are super cute too. And then the next ones are these like cowboy boots ones, and these ones are super cute, and again double-sided with the cowboy boots. Okay, here are the rest of the cowboy boot ones. And then we've got these super cute cherries that are really cute, and then we've got these lucky 8-ball ace ones that are cute. Next up we've got these martini ones that say extra dirty please, with a little martini glass on them. Navy. Did I lock him in my room on accident? Oh my god, I thought you had left before I left the room. I accidentally just locked him in my bedroom. I was wondering where he was at. I was like crinkling the paper for the package, and he wasn't coming. And I was like, where's he at? I guess he just doesn't care about my package, because he always comes like when I crinkle paper, like he always wants to see what it is. And so I was like, I wonder where he went. But yeah, he wasn't coming because he literally couldn't get out of the room. I'm sorry, buddy. Okay, anyways, back to the bookmarks. Next we have these pink bow ones that look like this. Those are cute. We've got these pink bow ones too. They've got 3 little pink bows on them. And these pink bow ones as well, super cute. And of course the antisocial book club ones, that's super cute as well. So these are all the ones that came from the Casey Studios. And then I also ordered a different one, and these ones are like the ticket ones. They look like different tickets. So we've got Cowboy Romance Book Club, Admit One Cowgirl, that's so cute. And then we've got the Late Night Book Club, Coffee, tea, and blanket provided any day, anytime, anywhere, Admit One, which are super cute. We've got the True Crime, lifetime member of the True Crime Book Club tickets that are super cute. Next up, we've got these Bookish Airlines BKS to Infinity. So little plane ticket. Next, we've got the Midnight Book Club, and hot beverage and cozy blankets provided every day at midnight at Mint 1. Super cute. The Smutty Book Club, lifetime member. It's got little handcuffs on them. We've got the Thriller Book Club, lifetime member at Mint 1, little ticket. These ones say my weekend is all booked. I really like the color scheme on this one. Then we've got Grumpy Sunshine, lifetime member of the Grumpy Sunshine Book Club. He hates everyone except you. We've got Dark Romance Book Club. So that one's cute. These are all super cute. The Antisocial Book Club here. The Enemies to Lovers Book Club. Next we've got the Romance Reader Book Club, lifetime member. The Fantasy Readers Book Club. The Monster Romance Book Club. And finally, the Book Lovers Book Club for all of the ticket ones. So there are literally so many of these, but there was a lot of designs, but there was only 5 of each design. So I will be keeping one of all of these for myself, and then the rest of them I will just like give out with book purchases. So if you want one of these bookmarks, or you want a book that I have talked about in my unhaul video, my Pango is always listed in the description, but I will be taking one from each and putting these with my other supplies, because I did recently just grab some new bubble mailers, so that way I can ship out the books that get sold. So that was my little bookmark haul. I thought there were going to be books that were delivered today, but I guess those will be coming tomorrow. So we will reconvene to see what I got in that package that's coming tomorrow. I have to say, I think my favorite might be the Cowboy Romance ones. Like, those are so cute. I think this one's probably one of my favorites. That is literally so many bookmarks. So many bookmarks. I'm gonna come back and give an update on my book here in a little bit. I'm almost done with it, and I'll let you guys know when I do finish it, and then I'll give my update on what I think, but it's not looking very good. Honestly, this is so many bookmarks. Like, that's actually kind of insane. All right, I'm gonna go finish my book, and I'll talk to you guys once I'm done with it. I finished Big Nick Energy by Kristen Bailey, and I really did not like this book. I am giving this book 2 stars. I just did not like this book. I did not like the main character. I felt like she was stringing Nick along because she kept entertaining the other Nick. And I didn't like that she was like, I don't know, I don't like the way that she handled the situation, because she was like having these interactions with both of these Nicks, and it just felt so icky and weird to me, because she didn't even tell the other Nicks about each other until like the very end. And then I feel like she only picked the Nick that she picked because it was almost like a consolation, because she couldn't have the other Nick. And I feel like it was so obvious, like, that there was like a good Nick and a bad Nick, but she kept not being with the good Nick. But it felt so like obvious who she would end up with in the end, and it just like, it did not sit right with me. I did not like it. So 2 stars, and I'm glad to be done with it. Like I mentioned it, I started it a few days ago, and now I finished it, and I'm so happy. I don't think that was a book for me, but I will say the writing style did feel very similar to a Marley McFarlane book. So if you like Marley McFarlane's writing style and her books, then you might check out Kristen Bailey, because I feel like the writing was very similar. I just didn't like this story. I feel like I maybe could consider picking up another book from Kristen Bailey, but this one just was not for me at all. So yeah, but now that I'm done with that, I have no idea what I want to read next. I have zero inkling. I don't know what I'm in the mood for. I feel like I want to hold something. I feel like I want a physical book. I feel like I want the floppiest of paperbacks to sit here and read, but what is in said paperback, no clue. So I'm going to probably try and figure out something to read, but if not, I'm probably just gonna sit on the couch and watch some TV. So I am going to look and see if anything feels interesting to me or if anything's calling my name, but I am getting ready to make some dinner in the air fryer really quickly. I was gonna go to Chipotle because I've really been craving Chipotle, but we're under tornado watch right now and the winds are like super, super strong. The sound that it was making up against my house, I have a fully bricked house, so I'm not like worried about the winds like doing anything to like the exterior except for maybe like the roof or something, but that is how strong the winds are. It's like they're very, very strong. So I'm not really trying to go anywhere at the moment. I know it's probably fine, but it has been raining all day and I personally just don't like to leave the house during tornado things. So I'm just gonna make some dinner from what I have in my house. So anyways, I'm going to look and see if there's a book that I want to pick up, and if not, then I might watch some more Teen Wolf. I feel like I haven't really watched any Christmas movies this season, so maybe I might do that. I do want to watch the second Sidelined movie, so maybe I'll do that. I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities of things that could happen this evening, so we're gonna see, and I will update you if I have decided to pick up a book, and if not, then I will probably just talk to you guys in the morning. Good morning. So I tried heatless curls last night, so we're gonna take them out and see how they did. So normally I will curl my hair first and then have it like flat iron curled for the first day, and then heatless curl it to make it last. And so this time I just decided to try the heatless curls. I do the socks because I don't have one of those like rod things, like the ones that you put over your head. So I just used socks, which is what I normally do. So we're just gonna take them out. It feels a little tight in some places where the hair is like kind of pulling, so we'll see. Hopefully it turned out. I just put a little bit of this like bio silk oil in it last night before like wrapping it around, so we're gonna see how it turned out. I love how I did this and like I'm not even going anywhere. Okay, it's looking kind of maybe a little not very promising, but not very promising at all. That's like, that barely did anything. So I might have to just like try and curl it and then just keep doing this until I go get my hair done again. But it like starts out looking like it's gonna be promising, and then I finish taking it out and then it's like the curls are not there. Probably because like I feel like most people when they do it where their hair is like either like wet, but I feel like that's mostly for people who have like more straight natural hair, which I obviously do not. My hair is very curly, but I like get my hair straightened, and yeah, that did not really work. It's like got a small little bend in it, but there's no curl. So maybe I'll try again tonight and see like maybe if they'll get like curlier like the more that I heatless curl them. But yeah, this did not do what I thought it was gonna do or hoped that it would do, so that's okay. I mean, I'm not going anywhere anyway, so I just figured I would like see and try it out, but it didn't work. So I am going to have to like curl my hair first and then keep putting the socks in there to keep the curls. So lesson learned, and now I know what to and not to do, I guess, because clearly this does not work for me. But anyways, so on another note, now that I've taken my hair down, I watched a movie last night. I did not end up starting a new book at all last night because I just decided that I was gonna watch a movie, but the movie that I ended up watching was called A Christmas Cowboy Romance, and it was like an okay movie. It was not my favorite movie that I've ever seen. Like, it really wasn't even that Christmassy, if we're being honest. Like, it did give like the Christmas vibes, but not really. We're following this like, she was like a real estate girl, and she had to like go back to her hometown to get like a grumpy cattle rancher to sell his farm, and she has like beef with her family for reasons we don't know until like closer to the end. She has to go and try and get him to like sell his ranch, and she met him on like a night out the night that she gets to town, so she doesn't realize that he's the guy that she's like looking for to get him to try and sell and whatnot. So she ends up going, and then he's like, no, I'm not selling, and then whatever, they fall in love, and it was fine. It was fine. I would say if I had to rate it out of 5, I feel like I would give it like a 3 out of 5 for a movie review. But anyways, I have come into the office because I need to pick a book for today. I don't know what I'm in the mood to read. I was gonna go with People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. I don't really know if I'm in the mood for that anymore, since it is so summery, and I know that like the movie is getting ready to come out soon, but I'm nervous because when I read that book I really loved it. I ended up rating it like 4.5 stars when I read it, and so I'm nervous that if I read it again I'm not gonna like it as much, and I feel like that'll like kind of taint it in my brain, so I don't really want to do that because I really liked that book. So yeah, that's an option. I do also still have Christmas Sweater Weather by Jacqueline Snow. That is still on my December TBR, but I feel like I'm a little bit kind of like Christmas romanced out after my 24-hour readathon. So I don't know, but I feel like I want like a paperback. Like I want like the floppiest of paperbacks. This one's not like the floppiness that I'm looking for, but I want to just pick up a paperback that is so floppy. I kind of want like a thick one, if I'm being honest. I wish that I hadn't already read Diarbound, because if I hadn't, I feel like I would be picking that book up. So I don't know. I'm going to kind of like shop my shelves a little bit and see if there's something that's like speaking to me or calling out to me. I want something that's going to be really good, something that's going to be unputdownable. So I'm going to look and see. I also have my stack of books over here that are wrapped up, so maybe I'll unwrap one of those and pick something, but I don't know. I'm also looking over here at like my recently like bought shelf as well to see if there's something over there that I'm like wanting to read, but I don't know. I'll check back in a second once I like figure it out. So I have decided to choose Pain today, and I'm going to unwrap this book. I want to read Taming 7 by Chloe Walsh, and I have a feeling that it's this one. So I remember wrapping that book up, but I feel like this is the only one that feels like it could be Taming 7, and if it's not, then I'll just read whatever it is. But I have a feeling this is Taming 7. It's like, it's a paperback, I can feel it, and it's like the same height that it should be, and it seems like it's like the same thickness that Taming 7 is. So I'm gonna read this one and hope that it's Taming 7, because that's what I want to read today. So okay, yep, perfect. I had a feeling this was it, so that is spectacular. I will be picking up Taming 7. This is a large, very floppy paperback. It's not exactly like fantasy-esque like I would have liked. I was really hoping for more of like a really good fantasy romance, or like really like a romantasy, because I'm looking for something that's more romance heavy than fantasy heavy, but something that I was like really going to want to dive in and read. So I feel like this is what I'm going to pick up next. And then if I'm still in that kind of mood, then I'm thinking I might pick up the 4th book in the Legacy series and finish out that series. But this is where I'm going to start with this. I did not realize how itty bitty tiny the text was. So even though this book feels short, I know that it is not. So I also have releasing 10 if I decide that I want to continue after this. But I have been putting this book off because I have been wanting Gibbs's book so bad, and I've been nervous. So I will be starting this now and hopefully I don't cry. It's 10:28 a.m. and I'm about to leave to go run to Walmart, and then I'm gonna go to Chipotle for lunch because I know we had talked about that yesterday. But I'm gonna run to Walmart because I want to make this like beefy cheesy bow tie pasta recipe that I have been making. Not like recently, it's been quite a while since I made it, but I really want that. So I need to go get the ingredients for that. And there was like a couple other things from Walmart that I wanted to get while I was in there too. But I did have a bit of a reading update because I have been sitting and reading Taming 7 by Chloe Walsh. And I'm on chapter 14, so I'm on page 114. And I am so happy to be back with these characters and back in these world. But I will say, I feel like the timelines of the books like aren't very linear. Like you're kind of in a weird spot with the timelines because so obviously you have the events of like Binding and Keeping 13, and this book seems to kind of somewhat take place like during the end-ish of that time period, which obviously Saving 6 and Redeeming 6 are told in like different timelines. So it's like you have Saving 6 that like takes place before the events of Binding and Keeping 13 and then kind of like interconnects with it, and then you've got like Redeeming 6 that is like kind of during the timeline, and then this one is like kind of after the timeline but like also kind of intersects. And so I feel like there's a lot of things that they're mentioning that happened that are like smaller things in previous books that I've kind of forgotten a little bit about. So they're like mentioning something, I'm like, what's that about? And I like don't remember, but for the most part like I'm remembering everything. Like I really am having fun being in these books and this like series. I don't know, being back with these characters and just like seeing inside Gipsy's inner monologue while he is struggling the way that he is. It's honestly so sad to read about. And like when Lizzie just tried to teach him how to swim in the bathtub, that was literally like actually so like heartbreaking. Like, and then just like his persona that he puts on, like the front that he puts on around other people because he doesn't want them to know that he's like hurting the way that he is. And it's just, oh, it's definitely like heartbreaking, and I don't know, I'm really enjoying it so far, but I definitely feel like once I finish this one I will have to take another break from the series because these books are so heavy, and so I cannot like binge read them or like read them back to back. Like I will have to read one and then take a break and then read one and then take a break because they're so like devastating. So, but I definitely will be reading more of this today. I feel like I might try and finish this book today. I do also have some editing that I need to do because my video needs to go up tomorrow. So since I started editing it yesterday, I want to finish editing it today so I can go ahead and get it uploaded. And then that way I will just have to worry about doing the thumbnail, and then if I want to wait on the thumbnail, I can do the thumbnail tomorrow before it goes up. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm like pacing myself with the editing and I don't get like so far back behind again like I was, but now I'm feeling a little bit more caught up and ahead, so that's great. But I am gonna run to Walmart really quickly. There's only like a couple of things that I need to grab, so hopefully I'm not gonna be in there for too long, and then hopefully by the time that I go to Walmart, then because the Walmart is right there by the Chipotle, I'm just gonna go stop in to Chipotle, grab my lunch, and then come home, and then that way I can eat, put the groceries away, and do that kind of thing. I usually try to go to the grocery store like once a month, and usually that works for me unless I need like an item or two here and there, but this was like a random craving that I had that I'm gonna make, so I need to go grab the ingredients for that because I only have like half the ingredients right now. So, but anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling and let's go to Walmart and then to Chipotle. I'm back from my errands. I got my groceries and my Chipotle. So we can go over the Chipotle order in a second, but first we're gonna do a grocery haul. First thing, I had to stop by Petco, grab maybe some food. He itches after he eats, so we're trying to figure out if it's his food or not. So we're switching his food again. This time he was on the salmon, now he's on the lamb. So we're gonna try this, see if he's still itching. And then I think there's one other one from this like line that we can try, and if he still is itching, then we'll have to see about like switching brands entirely. But he's been on Purina since he was old enough to eat. So I've been trying to keep him on this, talk to the vet about it. We've got a plan together. So hopefully no reactions from the lamb, but I'm about to start like mixing the two together until he can only be on this. So that's first things first. Then from Walmart, I got these frosted sugar cookies. I have been absolutely obsessed with these since we had them at Friendsmas the other day. So I got a small pack of these. I then got some heavy cream for my pasta recipe that I was telling you guys about. Some butter grits. These are just for breakfast in the morning. Some minced garlic, because if you watched one of my vlogs recently, you know that I used like all of the minced garlic that I had. So I'm finally replacing that. Then I also got some bacon, some cheddar cheese, also for the recipe, the cheesy beefy pasta. It calls for cheddar and Parmesan, but I already have the Parmesan, so got some cheddar. And then I also got some more of these buffalo style boneless chicken bites, the Tyson Anitizer ones. I used the last of the ones that I had yesterday, as you guys saw when I was making lunch. So got a bag of these to replace those. And then lastly, I got a gallon of milk because it is hot chocolate season. So needed some milk for hot chocolates and things like that. So that is the grocery haul. And then for my Chipotle order, I get the kids tacos, or at least I've been getting this lately, but it's the kids tacos with chicken, lettuce, and cheese on the side. Like, so chicken, lettuce, and cheese as like the 3 little plate things. And then I get a sour cream on the side and a queso on the side, and it comes with chips. And it comes with a small drink like this, which this is plenty. I get a Sprite and light ice. It costs like $5. So now I'm gonna eat. I feel like I wanna watch another movie, so I think I'm gonna eat, put on a movie potentially, and then I'll get back to reading Taming 7, and then I'll see about editing my video at some point too. But first I'm gonna put the groceries up, then eat, and I will talk to you guys once I have an update, probably on Taming 7, I don't know. Hello. Okay, so I just woke up from my nap not too long ago. I also didn't even finish the movie that I started watching when I was eating lunch, but I do have my Amazon package. So I am gonna open it. I saw on the Amazon app where this is only part of my order, because apparently it's saying that they were having like delays or issues with something like production wise. I am not too sure of the details. I hope it's not that it's already gone out of print, because that would literally ruin my day. Plus, like, I feel like they always give you at least like 6 months of a book about to go out of print before it actually goes out of print. So I'm hoping I'm not at my 6-month allocation and that I just didn't happen to get one. And if that's the case, I'm gonna be so butthurt. But the book that did come in the mail today, this book is so thick, oh my goodness, is The Ascended by Greenwich and Lennox. I always forget their first names. I think it's Parker, Bree Greenwich, and Parker Lennox, I think are their names. But I got The Ascended. So my copy of Riftborn came a few weeks ago, and I added it to my list of books that I want to read in 2026. If you missed that video, it is up on my channel. But I was told that I would need The Ascended as well, and that to read this third in the series, even though this is like a separate spin-off type situation. So I picked this up. And then I also bought the second book after Riftborn, and it was supposed to come today too in the same box, and it didn't. So it says it's supposed to be here before the 23rd of December, which is next week sometime. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that I can get it. but if not, then I'm just gonna have to try and look and see if I can find it for a not too unreasonable price elsewhere. So this was my book mail that I got, but now I'm going to feed Navy and sit back down and do some more reading, because last time I talked to you, I haven't read a single page, I haven't edited a single second of a video, and I haven't done literally anything. So I'm gonna get my evening things done. So feed Navy, figure out dinner for myself, figure out some stuff, put the boxes in the recycling, get the trash situated, like all of those kind of things. And then hopefully I can edit and read. So that's the plan. That's what I'm getting up to now. And I will talk to you guys again if I have anything else to blab about. I have finished editing my video, so now I'm about to jump back into Taming 7. So I haven't read any more since I updated you guys earlier today, but I feel like I'm probably about to binge quite a bit of this for the rest of the evening. I have been thinking about this book all day, so I'm so ready to get back into it. The only thing that I have left to do is my thumbnail, but I will probably end up doing that tomorrow morning right before I post the video. So it's me and Taming 7 for the rest of the evening. I might see about potentially finishing that Christmas movie that I started at some point if I need a break from this, but I am just so ready to hop back in. So I will probably let you know if I have any updates, maybe around the 50% mark, and if not, then definitely let you know my thoughts once I have read the rest of this book. But I'm gonna stop yapping to you guys and get into reading. I'm about to go to bed, but I wanted to give my update on Taming 7 before I go to bed. So I am on chapter 47, so that's page 290. So I probably have about just over a third of the book left. I'm definitely over halfway, and I am still just really enjoying this. And I feel like it is like stressing me out at times, and like I feel so bad for both Gibbsy and Claire. Like I feel like the way that it's so obvious that they're in love with each other, but because of Gibbsy's past traumas, like he cannot let himself love Claire, and Claire is suffering because of it. And like obviously she's very much in love with him, and she won't move on to another person because she has so much love for Gibbsy, because she has been in love with him since like her entire life, literally. And I don't know, it's just so sad and heartbreaking, because like you are in Gibbsy's like POV, so you kind of know his inner monologue and how he's like constantly beating himself up over what happened to his dad and his sister, and the way that he doesn't feel like he is good enough or worthy enough to love Claire. And it's like, it's so sad on all levels. Like he like puts on this happy face and like pretends that he's okay when clearly he's very much not okay. And my heart just hurts for the two of them. Like my heart hurts for Gibbsy and his past traumas. My heart hurts for Claire and her wanting to love Gibbsy, and him not like being able to reciprocate while still being in love with her. Like it's literally just so sad. And it is a little toxic obviously too, because he gets very jealous of her going on a date with another guy, and he's like, you're my girl, but she's like, no, I'm not. Like I do love you, yes, I am in love with you, yes, but like you're not my boyfriend. Like you've never asked me to be your girlfriend, we're not together, so like I don't know what you expect. And he just is very much like, well, I'm changing that, like I love you, like I'm just, and I'm like, Gibbsy, either get it together or let the girl go. Like honestly. And I feel like all of her friends have been saying that, and I feel like Lizzie has been like the main one who has been like, no, you need to like get over it, like you need to like move on. But also too, there's a lot of bad blood between Lizzie and Gibbsy, which we know a little bit about that, but not a whole lot. I'm assuming we'll get more into that in Lizzie's book, which is the next one because it's Lizzie and Huey's book. So I have heard that they will be getting, I have heard that Claire and Gibbsy will be getting another book, but it'll be after Claire and Huey's second book. So we know that Johnny and Shannon had the first 2 books, and then Joey and Aoife had the second 2 books, and then we know that Claire and Gibbsy have this 1 book, and then Huey and Lizzie get the next book. And I think I've heard somewhere that it'll be, the next book will be Huey and Lizzie's book, and then the book after that will be the second Gibbsy and Claire book. There's so many characters in this series, like I'm mixing them up a little bit, but I don't know how this one's gonna end. So I don't know if that's true or not. So if this ends like on a cliffhanger, then I will know that they are potentially getting another book. But I feel like if it ends like, well, then maybe they won't. I don't know. I'm really enjoying my time reading this. So I'm definitely going to be finishing this tomorrow, and I'm gonna go to bed. I am not even gonna attempt to try the Heatless Girls again. Like, I'm just gonna have to figure it out. So yeah, with that, I will talk to you guys in the morning. Finished Taming 7, and it was absolutely heartbreaking, of course. And I feel like the way that it ended, I don't know if we will get another Gibbsy and Claire book, but I am very intrigued to read Lizzie and Huey's book, especially with the way that this one kind of ended and the way that Lizzie and Claire have kind of left off. So I'm definitely interested in seeing more of that dynamic in the later books in the series, because even though we won't necessarily be following Claire anymore, we will be following Lizzie, so we'll still kind of get the interactions between Lizzie and Claire in future books. So I feel like I would like another Gibbsy and Claire book, but if we don't get one, I'll understand, because I feel like the story did end out on a fairly good note. So I don't know, I would love another one, but if we don't get one, that would be fine as well. But I did rate this book 4 stars. I can't remember if I said that already, but 4 stars to this. Now that I am finished reading this book, I have decided that I will be picking up Misfit by Elle Kennedy. This is the first book in the Prep series, and this one is about Sloane and RJ, and I believe Sloane is like the headmaster's daughter, and RJ gets sent to Sandover Prep for his senior year. And I don't know if this is like, I'm assuming that because it's like prep schools, like it's like high school type situation and not like college, so we'll see. I'm assuming the characters will be 18, but I don't know. We'll see. I got this for like super cheap on a bargain table. So I'm gonna try this out and see if I like it. I really like Elle Kennedy's writing, so we'll see how I feel about this. And hopefully I enjoy this. I read some Elle Kennedy earlier this year and really enjoyed it. I read the Off Campus series by her like when I first started my booktube channel in like 2019, and like was obsessed with that series when I originally read it. And then I read a couple of the books from the spinoff earlier this year and had such a good time reading those. So I'm hoping that this gives the same type of vibes as that. So I am going to start this now. I feel like the text is pretty large, so I feel like it probably won't take too long to read. So maybe I can read this in one sitting. We'll see. But it is about to be, well, I guess it is lunchtime now. It's 12:11, so I'm gonna see probably about getting some lunch here soon, and I'm just gonna keep reading. I'm feeling very much in a reading mood. I very much woke up and immediately started reading Taming 7 because I just had to be back. I needed to finish this, but now that I'm done, let's move on. And now I'll be starting Misfit. All right, so I do have a reading update, but I also have a package update as well. So let me give my reading update first. Okay, so for Misfit, I have been reading this. I am on chapter 34. I'm about 250 pages in to this book. I'm just over probably about 60% of the way through it, and so far I'm enjoying it. I don't know if I will read the next book in the series. I might, but it is so far just okay. I feel like it's giving sort of like a found family type vibe, but not really, because I don't feel like they're as close as they could be. But I do like that we are getting multiple point of views from different characters. So even though the main characters are RJ and Sloane, we are getting point of views from Finn, who is RJ's new stepbrother, and then a couple of the other guys that are at this like prep school, because this is an all boys prep school, and Sloane is the daughter, and she actually goes to an all girls school like in the same town, like up the street somewhere. But her dad and her sister and her, they do live on the campus in like the headmaster's quarters or whatever. So we're following RJ and Sloane and a few of the other guys as they're like kind of navigating this prep school and whatnot. And it's fine. Like, it's not like my favorite thing ever, but it's definitely more new adult than it is adult or YA, because there are a lot of more sexual things going on in this, and each character is like 18 to 19-ish, I guess. Like, they're very much like new adults, so it's not quite YA, but I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not like absolutely loving it. So I don't know if I'll end up I might end up unhauling this book depending on how like the rest of this book goes, because I'm just not absolutely loving this book. It's fine though. Like, I feel like I would recommend it. I feel like it's a great palate cleanser and it's a very quick read. So I am going to continue reading this. I probably will end up finishing it tonight just because I am over halfway through with it at this point, but figured I would give my little update on this so far. And as far as my package, so this is my book that they said wasn't going to be delivered until next week because of the manufacturing things or whatever. So guess I didn't really have to wait on it, so that's nice. This one is way thicker than I thought it was gonna be. So this is Duskbound by Bree Greenwich and Parker Lennox. This is the second book in this series. I cannot tell you the name of the series, and if I knew it, I probably would not be able to know how to pronounce it. It's called Esprithian Trilogy, and this is book 2. So I'm assuming there is one more book to come out in this series, but I did want to grab these covers because I think they're absolutely stunning, and I wanted the indie covers on my shelves. So I picked up this series and The Ascended, as you guys saw yesterday when we unboxed it. But now that I have this, I'm gonna go put this in the office and I'm gonna get back to reading and probably figure out dinner soon. Not quite, it's like 4:30, so we'll see. But I'm excited to get back into reading, and I really wanted to start this series, but I'm trying to wait until January, so like 2 more weeks, because I put book 1 on my 12 books to read in 2026, and I just don't feel right reading or starting that book before the new year. So I will be waiting on this series. So, but I am super excited to get to it, and I'm hoping I'm going to like this. There's a little blurb on the back that says, Broadbent, Mass, and Yaros fans, you've been warned. Riftborn is your next addictive series. And I've liked books from all of those authors, so I'm definitely so excited to get into this. But I'm gonna go and I will call you back later. I just finished Misfit by Elle Kennedy, and I think I'm probably gonna rate this book 3.5 stars. I feel like I enjoyed it for the most part. I felt like it was very like kind of mundane though. Like we are literally just following this group of kids like at this prep school, and they're like getting in fights and hacking things and like just sleeping with teachers and like being weird. Like they're just doing all of the things. I don't know. But I will say there is a bit of like a mystery element to this book that we kind of get a few answers to there at the end, but we don't get a whole lot, which granted that makes you want to go into the next book, which I'm not super pressed to go into the next book. I actually looked up spoilers and I was a little bit surprised about the spoilers, but also not. I did see on Goodreads where there is supposed to be a third book in this series that is supposed to come out, but I don't think there's any timeline on that, and so I'm not super invested in waiting until book 3 comes out to like know what's happened in this series. Like I thought it was fine. I definitely would recommend this to someone who is looking for new adult books. Definitely 18 plus, but definitely like 18, 19, 20 age range. I feel like this would be a good read for someone, and it takes place at like a prep school, of course, so it's got those like academy type vibes, and I don't know, I feel like it was fun, but also like it wasn't anything super spectacular crazy. I will say I did like the mystery element of it, but it was just very like mundane, right? Because we're following these kids, they're going to class, they're going to swim practice, they're running track, they're walking the dogs, like they're just being kids, and we're just like following them as they're like going to class and things. And so like it was fine, but I don't know, wasn't too exciting, but it wasn't like that boring either. So I don't know, 3.5 stars to this, and I am now finished reading this book. I am going to see about potentially picking something else up. I don't know if I want to try and find something tonight. It is 6:40 p.m. so I'm a little bit on the fence on whether or not I want to start something new tonight or not, but I am probably going to end this vlog in the morning probably, or like even tonight potentially, so that way I can edit this video tomorrow and have it up on Monday. So yeah, I don't know. You guys have just been hanging out with me for the past couple of days and I haven't really gotten up to much, but I am about to go figure out some dinner. I did read some books, watched a couple of movies, and went to the store. Just like had very like stress-free few days of me being off work and things like that. So that was fun. I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. I think I will go ahead and end this video tonight. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content from me. I will have all of my social media linked in the description. If you have made it to this point in the video, leave the apple emoji for our escapades with the teachers in Misfit, if you will. And with that being said, thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.